everyone. Greetings and welcome to the Brown School Recognition Ceremony. I want to thank the family, friends, loved ones that are surrounding our graduating students, both near and far. Thank you very much to our faculty colleagues, staff colleagues who are tuning in to honor the significant accomplishments of our graduating students. It's an incredible honor to be the Dean of the Brown School, and I am grateful for this chance, albeit this altered chance, to really celebrate your journey to get here and your accomplishments. When we began this year, we could never have imagined that we would be recognizing you in this way. But coming together across the globe, across our nation, across our region through technology is really meant to mark this momentous occasion. So let's take a moment and reflect on where we are. And also, let me take a moment to honor you and stand in solidarity with our graduating students. So I know this wasn't exactly how you thought we would be marking your graduation, but we are on this journey together. And as we celebrate this milestone together, I want you to know that the faculty, the staff of the Brown School, your peers, we're all in this together and we are with you. I am with you. You're at home, hopefully surrounded near and far by loved ones, in the communities that you'll serve, in the city and state and countries where you will lead. We never could have imagined this, but here we are together in our first global pandemic. But it is not our last crisis, that we will journey together as a community and try to lead based on our values, based on what's important to our mission of changing the world. We also probably will never forget this moment, a moment marked by hardship, resilience, empathy, joy, hope, belief, commitment, and so much more. A moment in which we've been called to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and the populations that we are committed to serving. We are in this together to create a safe, healthier community for our colleagues, neighbors, and certainly we want to honor you joining professions that are often seen as the front lines in any crisis. Some of you will actually graduate and immediately join an essential workforce that will be dealing with the pandemic as it unfolds. Some of you will lend to the data, lend to the understanding from public health about how we should respond to this incredible public health threat. Some of you will dig deep and address the serious health and racial disparities that are not surprising that they are emerging, but really we must take this opportunity in crisis to eliminate. Many of you are already part of recovery efforts in your local communities, but all of you will be, in one way or the other, part of the front line for social change. Because of our shared commitment to research, policy, practice, and all of our activities in order to elevate human dignity, your role, your chosen professions of social work, public health, and social policy are more vital now more than ever, more critical now more than ever. In the few weeks that this pandemic has transformed lives, I am also grateful that you graduating students, your peers, faculty, staff, Brown School champions have come together to meet the challenge. You graduates continue to rise to the occasion. And during these uncertain times, one thing I am certain is that you will continue to rise to the occasion and do beyond what humans often do in terms of your contribution to the greater good. You'll rise in your professions. You'll lead social work, public health, and social policy. You'll rise to take on the most challenging social problems in the country and around the world. And because extraordinary times call for extraordinary people like you, our graduating class of 2020, it is our privilege to recognize you. Speaking of extraordinary people, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, your fellow student, Tirae Abernathy. Tirae, you know that you are a St. Louis native, and you are graduating with a Master's of Public Health with a special emphasis on maternal and child health. But Tirae, you're really inspiring others to integrate your public health knowledge, your commitment to direct practice, with also your simultaneous commitment to address structural racism, to improve the outcomes of Black moms and their babies. Please allow me to introduce your fellow student, Tirae Abernathy.
Thank you, Dean McKay, for that warm introduction. And thank you to all of the Brown School faculty and professors who have pushed us to learn, stretched our minds, and challenged us to be the best students we can be. Thank you to the Brown School staff who keep the school running, functional, and comfortable in the way that we've come to know it. Thank you to the staff at Grounds for Change for a cup of coffee or lunch between classes. And thank you to the staff who fix all of the technical issues during class. You all are appreciated. And lastly, a big, bright thanks to the class of 2020. Thank you for learning with me. Thank you for growing with me. And thank you for allowing me to be here today. I would be remiss if I didn't say, these are unprecedented times. There is a lot of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty about the future, about the health and well-being of our loved ones, our family members, and our friends. On top of that, we have the added fear and anxiety and uncertainty of being new social workers, public health professionals, and social policymakers. But today, I'm going to speak to that fear. So I want to share a quote from Mary Ann Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented? Actually, who are you not to be? Playing small does not serve the world. We are all meant to shine. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. So class of 2020, these are dark times, but we as leaders are called to step into that darkness and bring light and comfort. The Brown School has educated, equipped, and empowered us to do this work. So now, let's shine from the inside out. And as the quote says, while we're shining, we'll unconsciously give others permission to do the same. But let's take it a step further. Let's encourage others to do the same. So while we're shining, we're encouraging others to shine. Let's also shine a light on the injustice that is the cause for our profession. Let's shine a light on the policies, practices, institutions, and beliefs that have disproportionately disadvantaged the populations that we seek to serve. And while we're doing all that shining, we're gonna light up the world. We're gonna bring light to all of the darkness and the sadness that everybody is feeling. We are ready, we are powerful, we are equipped, and we are bright. So let's do it. Shine on, class of 2020. Thank you.
the degrees, please rise. Chancellor Martin, I have the honor of presenting candidates for the degrees of Masters of Social Work, Public Health, and Social Policy, as well as candidates for the PhD in Social Work and Public Health. They have been examined and are duly recommended by the faculty of the Brown School.
Will all the candidates who have completed the requirements for the master's degree please rise? By virtue of the authority delegated to me on behalf of Washington University, I hereby confer upon each of you your master's degree with all its attendant rights, privileges, and obligations. The graduates will please be seated. Will all the candidates who have completed the requirements for the doctoral degree please rise? By virtue of the authority delegated to me on behalf of Washington University, I hereby confer upon each of you your doctoral degree with all its attendant rights, privileges, and obligations. The doctors will please be seated.
Graduates, from today, you will move forward into the world, a world that is more challenging and uncertain than when you began your journey with us, but a place that is in great need of you. So I charge you with this: rise every day. Rise from your place of rest. Rise from the desks and kitchen tables you have spent the last 3 months working from. Rise to greet your loved ones, your neighbors, yourself. Rise through the fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. Rise to the occasions that call for your compassion, your talents, your knowledge, and training. Because of all the graduates on the planet, you are prepared to rise to the challenges that we face. You have entered the fields of social work, public health, and social policy to be at the front line of social change. My congratulations again to this resilient and inspiring class of graduates, the class of 2020. Congratulations.